Final notice to Lara Croft, a current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor. You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
Lara, it is unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it. As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared, and given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance. Unfortunately, you have no legal claims to the estate. I'm willing to negotiate a modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that. Sincerely, Atlas.
There has to be a will or some kind of evidence of what happened to Mum in the manor, somewhere. Dad's safe. Needs a combination. It's got to be in Dad's papers somewhere. Maybe in the library. Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria. He was closer than he knew to finding the Prophet's tomb. Dad's book about immortality myths might be useful in my research.
I finally introduced Richard to the family. It went precisely how...
It must have been hard for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did. A picture with Dad and Anna. Never liked wearing dress. This is probably my grandfather Benjamin.
Well, this is a...
My parents made a good team, challenging each other from the start. My birthday crown. Need a combination for this lock. The door to the library. Locked. There's got to be another way through. Dad's artifacts from the Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these. Dad became interested in immortality myths after his expeditions to Egypt. Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot. Don't worry, you won't be boring your sword this time. The Grand Hall. Always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix. This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings.
Lara, you know the West Wing is off limits.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see...
We've been through this.
Need a key to open
Mum's
this.
room in here.
Lara, I've reviewed...
This is the map I made for my first Wait, I can get to the library through the old servants' corridor.
What are you doing sitting there on the floor, Mistress Lara?
The author came.
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What about, if I may inquire?
I'm not sure. I really need to brush up on my answers.
Just thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
Another one of Dad's immortal.
Lara.
Hey, Joe. Got to remember to pack this for my next trip. Should be able to explore the dark now.
Just stay out of there, darling.
Dad was always so protective of the West Wing. A phoenix figurine. Falling apart. Maybe I should just let my uncle have this place.
They say a good test of...
I'm not surprised he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the idea.
Amelia.
Still just as creepy as I remember.
my lord.
Poor Winston. I remember being so angry. He was always so patient with me.
King to Queen 1. I'm going to win this time, Winston.
Clever.
I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board.
But you should know by now, winning isn't everything. Queen to King's Bishop 6. Check.
Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes Queen.
I'm at a
Ev-
Dad loved a good bottle.
Dad, this is it. The basement of despair.
Indeed, Lara. Muster your courage, for this is the only path to the Library of Infinite Knowledge.
Look there. See the string?
An ancient Egyptian tripwire. The Keepers of Knowledge want none to disturb their treasures. We must tread carefully.
Let me lead. I know how to spot all the traps.
I'm sure you do, my darling. Lead on!
One of the wire traps Winston made. Water damage from the main hall above. My plans for adding electricity to the manor. Dad used to say his granny hated all the bright lights.
Amelia left tonight. She packed...
Okay, Dad's ledger has to be in here somewhere. Hopefully it has the combination to the safe.
I've created a clever little map for Lara's...
I always accepted that Richard...
This music is familiar. It's beautiful. It appears Sir Reginald's helmet fell off. Or didn't I put it back properly? Okay, got to find those objects to figure out the combination to the safe. There's something else here. Dad was looking for an elixir. Was it the elixir of life? One of Winston's notes. I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
Now, let me see. These two myths
This was always one of my favorite books in this library. I used to trace hieroglyphs.
referencing the same source material. But where did I see this image?
Dad, I think it's this one, in the chapter on Egyptian districts.
Why, yes, I think you're right, Lara.
Took quite a tumble off of this old thing when I was a girl. Still feel it in the shoulder from time to time. Dad's lighter. I don't remember him ever using. Okay, should be able to light the fireplace now. This is my handiwork. I used to love drawing. Spent so many hours in here, reading, dreaming of my own adventures. Blank, except for the image of a key. I remember this map now. It leads to the master key. We made it with a special kind of invisible ink. It could only be seen with the heat of a fire. I think I stashed one of Winston's master keys in here when I was a kid.
I remember the page with the illustration of Ra.
My goodness, you've been paying attention, haven't you? This could be an important breakthrough.
This picture was taken in the library.
Does this mean I'm your research assistant?
That and more, my darling girl.
Takes me back. Those were good times. The best times. This should help me read the map. I can see the map. Looks like the key is hidden under a trunk near the bookcase. X marks the spot, as they say. The master key. This should get me in. All right. This should open most rooms in the manor, including the Forbidden West Wing. I think there might be more clues to find in the library.
Mistress. This is strangely beautiful.
I believe.
Mum's wedding. Dad may have discovered the secret to immortality without even knowing it. My mother. Mum, on her wedding day, she looks so beautiful. Their anniversary was in October. Which day? I can't believe I don't know this. There's got to be another clue somewhere. I remember this. Dad gave it to Mum on her birthday. Pretty sure my parents were married in October. I think it was close to her birthday.
After everything
I think this was Dad's pocket watch.
has done, how could you tell him about the expedition?
It's just all been too much. I needed to talk to someone. He's still my brother.
This is... You're starting to see things.
My lord.
Mum's atelier. Dad sealed it soon after she died. Untouched for years, exactly as she left it. I don't have any memory of this. I wish I could remember doing this, Mum. Mum with me as a baby, I've never seen this. Hard to believe I was ever that small. Mum's paintings. Which one was Dad's favorite? Blocks of red. Dad's favorite painting. Maybe something about that painting will help me figure out the combination.
You've almost got it, darling. Here, let me show you. Like this, see? Well done, Lara. Well done.
I wonder how my life would have been different had she lived. I'm glad I still have so much of Mum's work. The Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. Okay, back to the study to open that safe.
Dad, what do you keep in there?
Nothing too important, Lara. Estate business and such.
If it's not important, then why bother putting it in a safe?
I should know better than to try and pull one over on you. There is something important in here. And it's for you, should you need it someday.
Well, let's hope you came through for me, Dad. One of Dad's your... Okay, found all the clues. Let's see if I can figure this out. No, that's not it. No, that didn't work. The answer has to be in the clues. No, that's not it. No, that didn't work. The answer has to be in the clues. No, that's not it. No, that didn't work. The answer has to be in the clues. The Croft family crest.
I believe it took this trip to...
I remember this. Dad gave it to Mum on her birth. The Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. How old was I again? 6? 8? I remember this. Dad gave it to Mum on her birthday. I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.